and welcome. Thank you for joining us for live reaction from Boxpark Wembley as England have just made it through to the European finals. I'm delighted to be joined by England's most capped player, Fara Williams. How are you feeling after that England game?
Again, this Lioness team has put us through an emotional roller coaster. There were so many downs in that game, and then they managed to just lift us right in that 96th minute. Ajiman, what an unbelievable player she is. Such a great young talent. No fear, came into the game, in my opinion, changed the game, and we're through to a final, a second final back-to-back, Alex. I mean, I'm a bit lost for words because, as I said, they put us through a roller coaster tonight.
No, don't worry, that's why I'm here, to get those words out of you. But it was an emotional roller coaster. I feel like for so long we were just waiting for something to happen in that game. Why do you think that was?
I feel like Italy played a good game. I feel like we played into Italy's game plan, and that was we played against Italy before. We know how disruptive they are. They have a few dark hearts. They like to frustrate, and they did exactly that. They dictate the tempo through that. They control the tempo. They give fouls and break up momentum and rhythm, and England fell into the trap for 95 minutes. And then Ajiman comes on and gets that goal. So I think we played Italy's game today, and that didn't suit us. But apart from that, these girls never know when they're done. And that's something I can say about them. But yeah, unbelievable night.
I feel like though, so many people will question once again, was it too late? Should the subs come on earlier? But how can you even question that when once again England are through to a final?
Exactly that. I think you can question the subs. I think when you're bringing Beth Mead on, Chloe Kelly on, you're bringing them on to do similar things to what we already had, and that is to put balls into the box. But the same outcome was happening until Ajiman come in and made a nuisance of herself, created chaos in the box, and that's what we needed. I felt when those wide players, Chloe Kelly and Beth Mead, came into the game, you needed Ajiman in the pitch, with Russo as a target. And so when we made that sub in the 81st minute, that's when we started to see a difference.
And I'll just let you know, because look, over behind us right now, this is what it means. Once again, we feel like football potentially could be coming home. England are through to another final. Baron, that's what it's about. 22 won it. We got to a World Cup final, but once again, it's about making sure they lift that trophy. The pressure is on, but they seem to be handling it.
That's one thing they can do, and that's something we couldn't do, is handle pressure. And they perform under pressure. No, they don't perform under pressure. They get results under pressure. And that's important because, like back in 2022, there were some performances that weren't great, but they got the result. And we stand here talking about it, not remembering those performances, the fact that they're European champions, and they can go on to do that again. And I'm sure none of us will talk about Wales conceding against Wales. None of us will talk about conceding 2 early goals against Sweden, being a goal down until the 96th minute against Italy, losing to France in the opening game. We'll just remember that trophy. So they know how to win. I can never bet against them. As good as Spain have been in this tournament, and Germany have been good, you can never write the Lionesses off. So is it coming home? Maybe.
Can I just tell you, I feel like this is how Fara was as a player. So when things were going on in a game, Fara was the one that got the team together and would be like, this is what needs to happen. Remove the emotion, whereas you can maybe tell I'm the emotional one. I'm like, we've got to do it. I was up on the tables, I was celebrating, you were just sitting there being like, okay, this is what now needs to happen. Besides the subs, what else did you see in that game that changed it?
It's difficult. I didn't actually see a tactical change too much. I was watching. I felt our deliveries weren't great. We put a lot of deliveries into the box, not much quality with that. As I say, I do think that Ajiman impact in terms of being in there, creating chaos, putting centre-halves under a little bit more pressure. Russo was isolated by herself for long periods. There weren't massive changes. We threw lots of bodies forward and it was about I felt we played with a lot of panic. So the fact that we were able to score 2 under pressure before 120 minutes surprises me. But we need to find players in game to be able to change. We can't keep relying on subs or impact players to make the difference.
Okay, Well, that's a bit of reaction from me and Farah. Let's bring in some England fans right now because there are thousands of them. So let's come in and get some reaction. Hello. Thank you for joining us. What's your name?
Trudy.
Trudy and
Nicole.
Nicole. So Farah's been given her tactical breakdown, but how are you two feeling after that?
I think I had a heart attack, but really happy, buzzing.
Yeah, I think from us, of course, in Serena we trust, but we need some subs quicker. We were calling for Chloe Kelly, Michelle and Aggie Beaver-Jones to come on much sooner. They're the future, and they show it when they're wearing that badge on their shirt. My heart is racing. I'm just so proud of them. We always seem to make it harder for ourselves, but we're still in it, so can't complain.
They just wanted to give you some drama.
They really did, like the last game. I think Russo was really good before. I think she put in a lot of work on and off the ball. I thought she was key. It's a shame she had to come off, but she was a key player.
Okay, so here's the thing, because everyone keeps talking about the subs and maybe, I don't know, they should be starting from the off. Would you change it, or do you like it that they are coming on and having an impact?
I think definitely they should be coming on. They change the game, they make an impact, and that's exactly what you want from your subs. So I wouldn't have them starting. They are young, they've still got a lot to prove to the badge, but they're incredible.
Yeah, Chloe Kelly, a massive impact player. I wouldn't change the starting lineup, but she is crucial.
And what are your hopes for the final? Obviously to lift the trophy, but when you're thinking about the semi-final tomorrow, who do you want England to be facing?
I think we're going to face Spain. I don't know if I want Spain, but I think we're going to face Spain.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Spain. What do you guys think?
Farah, they're saying Spain.
I'm going Germany repeat.
England, Germany. I mean, history's there.
I think I'm saying Spain because I really don't want it to be England, Germany. But either way, it's going to be hard.
We beat Germany before, we could beat them again.
And are you going to be back here watching the final, or what's the plans?
Yeah, back here. It's a good atmosphere.
Annoyingly, my friends Ollie and Nicola, they're getting married on Sunday. So I'm at their wedding and their speeches start at 5. So I'm going to have it on my phone.
Ooh, Ollie and Nicola, what are you doing?
They didn't think it through. They're down there now.
Right, we're giving away, but let you go and join them. Enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you go. Farah, I know it's hard to hear in here, but that is, suppose, I'm going to be all the questions tomorrow, once again, about Serena and her subs. But I suppose you've been there in tournaments, so have I. The starters do a job, and sometimes it's about opening up the space and waiting for those moments.
I think that's what Serena does. I think she has her 11 that she trusts in. And there'll be question marks. Is Lauren James carrying a knock from the from the quarterfinal against Sweden? Who knows? Because that was a bit of a strange sub from Serena at halftime. She really trusts Beth Mead. And you know the players that she trusts. It feels like when her back's right against it and she's under pressure, she'll throw the kitchen sink. And that's what she's done in the last 2 games. So I think that when she feels that little bit of doubt, which I think she did, against Sweden, again today, everyone goes in. Otherwise, I feel like her substitutions are very well thought through and planned. But in these last 2 games, the plan's gone out the window. And look, these players, they're itching to get on the pitch. And I think you can see that, and they're young and they're energetic, and they showed that when they came into the game, and that's what England needed. A little bit of energy. I think the intensity dropped massively. Maybe they stopped believing for a little bit. It didn't look like it was going to go their way. There was lots of shots that were blocked. They couldn't quite get the quality in the final third, but you need a little bit of magic at time, a little bit of luck. The penalty in 18th minute, was that lucky? Without VAR, it probably wouldn't have been given. So it's lucky, but we deserve that, and you can create that luck, and that's what these girls do.
How did you feel? You saw Chloe Kelly walking up to that penalty. Everyone's like clapping already, like she'd already scored, and then you see the goalkeeper save it.
I don't know, it's one of them. I feel like sometimes you get a feeling. I actually thought Chloe was going to...
You were the penalty taker.
And I thought she was going to miss. There was a bit too much going on. I felt like the keeper got into her head. Chloe Kelly don't smash penalties. She passes him into the corner. She smashed it. And lucky, herself and Ella Toon were straight onto the rebound. Otherwise, it could have been a missed penalty and probably another 15 penalties that we didn't want to watch. So, yeah, it was one of them. I think you could tell a penalty taker when they're confident. And there was something about it, I didn't feel right about it, but we scored, and that's all that matters.
How are you as a player right now? After going through that emotional game, yes, you've made it through to a final, But is it instantly coming down and being like, now we have to go again?
I don't know what these girls are doing, Alex, honest to God, because it would be that. It would be want to come down straight into recovery mode, but whatever they're doing seems to be working. It seems to be making us work overtime. Not sure I'm getting paid extra for overtime, but they're keeping us on our toes. I mean, if I was a neutral, I wouldn't mind it, but I'm a passionate England fan, and I don't like to be on edge until 118 minutes of a game, 2 times on the bounce. So, I don't know, they've got to recover now. They played 120 minutes back to back, and now they've got an extra day recovery out of Spain and Germany, and it's going to be a tough final.
Do you feel you're more emotional now? You're all kind of this side of the game than you were as a player?
A little bit, because of what England means to me. And so maybe that emotion comes out too much, especially when I talk about England. It's difficult. We love England. We played for them how many times? You know, you wear your heart on your sleeve. I did it as a player, and I do that as a pundit and as a person. So, yeah, maybe too emotional, too wrapped up. But look, they've done what probably none of us believed they would do, and they're in another final.
They sure are. We're going to get in some more guests for you now and get some more reaction. Who's coming in? Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. What's your name?
Arlo.
Arlo. What a great name. And your name?
Lily.
Lily. Arlo, what did you think of the game?
Just unbelievable. We played so well this tournament, and I think we've persevered through, and we've fought through all of the hard work that we've had to take.
Did you always believe that they were going to win today?
Yes. But when Italy went 1-0 up, I thought it was over for us. Yeah.
I'm going to give you a second because I feel like you're really emotional. You're making me emotional. What were your thoughts on the game?
Do you know what? I thought it was a strong team. I thought we was going to go in strong, and we had a little bit of a struggle, but I knew we was going to get there, and with a bit of patience and everyone was behind them, we obviously pulled through. So I'm happy, really happy.
Okay, I want you to be really honest with me now. All the way through that game, everyone says in Serena we trust. Were you trusting?
Oh, 100%. I love that woman. 100% I was trusting. Honestly, I knew, she has her own way of thinking and her own tactics, so I knew we would be all right.
Do you think England are going to lift that trophy?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And who do you think they're going to be playing in the final?
Spain.
Spain. Are you going Spain?
Going Spain, yeah, 100%, yeah. And I just want to say as well, if Jess Carter sees this or, anything, we are all behind her. She's an incredible player, and, she needs to just, stay herself and not change, because we all love her, and, she's got the support that she needs, so I think she'll be all right.
Very well said, because when Jess Carter came on at the end, the eruption and the applause.
And being a Chelsea fan myself, I've always loved her. So, and obviously I've spoken to her a couple of times, and the amount of support that she actually has is honestly amazing. So, we love her, and hopefully she's all good. So,
who's your favourite player?
Aggie Beaver-Jones.
Aggie Beaver-Jones. You like the strikers when they score the goals?
Yes.
Okay, can I get one more chant? Say, come on, England.
Come on, England!
Yeah, we love it. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. I think that was a really important message as well, Farah, because you could hear everyone, how the applause, obviously when Jess Carter in the warm-up, when the game started, and when she entered the field, just how powerful that moment was.
Yeah, really powerful, and I think it shows these are football fans, and these are fans that are supportive of the team. And Jess Carter, to come together on the 16th minute, that's her shirt number, to clap and applaud Jess for that minute, to show they're behind her. It shows how powerful the women's game is. These aren't fans that are putting this abuse out to our players, and certainly to Jess. So they're not fans, and they're not people that we want in our game. And look, Jess is a really strong person, and I'm sure she's well aware that the people that are closest to her are right behind her. We're all behind her, and look, all these fans here tonight were behind her. So that's a really important message to her. But credit to her, because I'm not somebody that would ever be in that position to experience that. I don't know how to deal with that. I wouldn't know how to deal with that. And to go through that today, and then Serena give her moment to come on, I thought was very special.
Very powerful, and now she's got another game as well for everyone to get behind her and the team and make even more of a powerful stance to say this can't happen in football or in society at all. Going to that final, Farah, who do you want England? You're saying you want an England-Germany final. Do you think then, how are Germany going to beat Spain tomorrow?
I think they'll have to play in transition. I think Spain have got a lot better. I think they've added to their armoury. Normally they're a possession team, like to play a lot in front of you. Now they've got the beyond play. Now they don't mind stretching teams. And actually in their transition, although they've conceded a couple, they've stopped transition. They concede from set pieces. Germany are good at set plays. I think the wide areas will be a problem. But this game could go either way. I'm saying that based on the fact that Germany have played the last 2 with 10 players against France and against Sweden. So they know how to get through games. They're champions for however many times for whatever reason. They're well drilled and they're very disciplined. I think it'd be an exciting game, probably a big game of the tournament. And Alex, I'm not wearing this shirt again because I wore it in the quarters. I've worn it today, 120 minutes twice. It's staying at home. I'm not.
What are you saying? It needs a wash?
Yeah. It's not getting worn again. Not in the final. I'm not doing 120 again.
Oh, we saw how emotional you were in the last final. All the scenes on the sideline when all the players were coming into you. What would it mean for them to be lifting that trophy again in terms of women's football in this country?
I mean, it's crazy. If they are to do it again, it's something that's never been done, certainly not in England. Only Germany, I think, are back-to-back champions in Europe before. And they're coming up against teams that have invested just like we have, got even better. Germany coming to the tournament strong, Spain do their favourites. So to go in there and with a new squad and with players that were left behind and chose to be left behind as well. You know, there was a lot of baggage that come with this squad before they went into tournament that I think we forget. And the way that the players have dealt with that, the way that Serena's gone about it, been very professional about it. The fans probably have been supportive of it as well. Me on the other side, I want our best players to be there. I don't want them to retire or not go. So it's frustrating, but they've dealt with it, you know, really, really well. And I am immensely proud of them to be able to do that because it's not easy to do as a player. When your best players don't want to be a part of the squad, isn't the nicest thing to receive. And they've gone about it and they've got themselves to a final. And as I say, all of us, you know, probably doubted them going into the tournament and put Spain and Germany in the final. They've quietened us all up.
Just to remind you that that final is happening on Sunday and it will be live on BBC, so you can join us. You won't have to miss any of the action. We're going to get some more guests in right now. Who have we got coming in? Who's joining us? Come and join the action. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Georgia. This is my sister Izzy.
Hello.
Sisters, how are you feeling? Have you taken it all in, soaked it all up?
Amazing. The atmosphere was incredible.
So it was such. We chose to go to Boxpark Wembley tonight, and it was honestly the best vibe. That was where we wanted to go to. We wanted an area where we get the best sort of atmosphere, and we got it. So
Where have you been watching the rest of the tournament?
The rest of it we were watching from home. Yeah,
at home on the sofa.
Yeah,
on the TV.
But standing here, that last-minute equaliser, I've got to say, was the best thing I've ever seen.
Wasn't it? Much better than the pens we had the other day.
Were you worried? Were you thinking it was going to go to penalties again?
Honestly, I have to say, I honestly thought that it was going to go to pens tonight, but we didn't.
Worried, right? She was so confident up until that last sort of 3 minutes, and then it started getting a little bit iffy.
Then we started to get a little bit anxious, but we did it. We did
it was going to be 2-1 to us.
No, I said I thought it would be 1-1 and we go to pens, but we got that extra time. We did it in that extra time, and we got it. So you know, it was easy.
Easy?
Well, easy compared to penalties. Yeah.
I'm glad that you think it was easy to watch, because 1 minute I was up on the table, then I was down, my hands were in my head.
It was incredible. You know, the atmosphere was incredible. When that equaliser happened, everyone in the air for a solid minute, just jumping up and down.
It's amazing to see that much enthusiasm with women's football, because I follow men's football a lot. I've always been following men's football, but it's amazing to see that much enthusiasm continued through women's football as well.
So what's the plan for the final? On the sofa or more atmosphere?
You know what? I'm about to look at flights. I can't say.
She's booking flights.
I have to say, I'm really.
I've got university, but I'm excited for her.
But I have to say, I might go there.
Really? Where were you the last time they lifted the trophy?
You know what? I was on a boat. For the semis, yeah.
Sorry. So, just casually, I was on a boat. What?
Well, no, for the finals, I was on a boat in the middle of the ocean, so I had really poor signal, and but I watched it and we won, and it was amazing. But I really hope we win this year, and I am looking at booking flights to.
Who do you think you're going to have in the final?
Sorry?
Who do you think they're going to be playing in the final?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
They're so closely ranked in the European rankings. It was just one after the other. If I had to guess, I would say Spain. But
Yeah, I think I'd agree with Georgia. I think I'd say Spain.
But everyone were tipping France to beat Germany the other day.
That's very true. France did play super well against us, obviously.
Well, when you look at I don't know if it's completely accurate, but when you look at like internet rankings, they say that Spain is above Germany, so
They are the highest ranked team left in the tournament.
So I'm hoping for Germany because I think that'd be easier to beat. But
I agree. I think we would be better off playing Germany, but they're both incredible teams. It's going to be a tough fight against either of them, but very hopeful, that we can pull it through again.
Okay, thank you for joining us, and maybe we will see you over there in Basel.
I hope so.
Book those tickets.
Yeah, I will. I'm looking at those flights right now. I'm going to be there.
I'll see you soon. I'll make sure you've booked it. I'll see you afterwards. Farah, I suppose that's the thing. People will have been watching that game now, getting behind the girls and being like, I do not want to miss it. I want to be there.
Absolutely. Even after that quarterfinal, there were so many people like, I need to book again to come out. And yeah, I think that's what they do. They gather fans, don't they? They gather momentum. They did it in the Euro 22. They got so many fans on board. People took the game serious, the women's game finally. And they're doing it again. And I haven't seen so many women's fans in like a bar type environment come out to support the Lionesses ever. So to be here today is for me to witness it is a first. I've seen it in the stadiums and seen it grow, but this today was something else. I've seen it for men's cup finals, Wembley, England games, but not for the women. And so yeah, it was special today. And it's what these Lionesses do. And if you've got the money for the flights, I've looked at them. They're not the cheapest. Get yourself out there.
Switzerland is expensive, but it's going to be worth it.
And the coffee, so I've been told. If you're a coffee drinker, which I think that's a culture thing now, £7. If you've got £7, get yourself out there.
Coffee club.
Yeah.
Right, Farah, I'm going to give you a moment because you need to calm down, I need to calm down, and we need to do it all again tomorrow for the next semi-final. We will be live tomorrow. You don't need to miss any of the action. We'll be live on BBC from 7:30. BBC One, you can catch us then. But we are going to leave you with the epic scenes. Yes, England have done it once again. They are through to a European final. We can't wait to see who they will be facing. But we will be there on Sunday, and we hope that you will join us.